Hello everybody and welcome back to Rebellious Menstruation. On the 11th of March 2020, there was an article released regarding advice from the Chartered Society of Physiotherapy, otherwise known as CSP, and they released a statement that cup manufacturing needs to be clearer on usage advice following claims that they could potentially be responsible for minor pelvic organ collapse. Kate Lowe stated that the information included with menstrual cups is allegedly hard to understand and not actually accurate because it does not contain advice on how to remove the cup. Lowe states that this lack of information specifically about removal is actually very wrong, and the current advice to utilize pelvic muscles to bring the cup lower is actually counter to medical advice provided to avoid a prolapse. While a prolapse, where organs in the pelvic region can slip or move from their normal positions, are not life-threatening, they can cause pain in the muscles around the pelvic floor region as these weaken and become unable to hold everything in place. These reports seem to stem from 2 women in the UK who have reported with discomfort and have been found to have had minor vaginal prolapses. Both were new cup users, however, the cup had not actually been shown to cause either of these cases. The first user stated that she had used a cup for 3 months and believed that it was the menstrual cup that had caused her minor pelvic organ prolapse. The second case stated that she had used a menstrual cup for 2 months and was told that the prolapse may have been caused by the cup by her OBGYN. While there is very limited research into menstrual cups, a 2019 Lancet Public Health journal reviewed 43 studies covering 3,300 women across several countries and socioeconomic groups and concluded that menstrual cups are a safe option. Lowe wants further research, especially as the menstrual cup area is a growing field with a number of new manufacturers and users. Lowe would also like to see further and clearer advice given and provided to new users. While of course there is a plethora of channels on menstrual cups online, such as here on YouTube, this is actually part of Lowe's issue. Rarely are studies or medical professionals involved, which is true. I certainly am not a medical professional. Most other video makers that I've seen on here are not either. And when I first started using reusable products and the menstrual cups, I came online to YouTube to find this information and find out how the tips and tricks to use the menstrual cup. So I certainly took the cup advice from users of the cup because there wasn't enough studies or medical advice regarding them. So I would absolutely support more research and more scientific evidence in regards to menstrual cups. And I also want to see more women off of tampons. That would be really preferential. Moon Cups has released a statement citing the exponential growth of the menstrual cup market and industry has led to misinformation. They didn't name any names at all. They also reiterate the use of their own Moon Cup and confirm the information as being comprehensively supplied in their instructions. Prevailing feedback is overwhelmingly positive to Moon Cup. In or with the moon cups that I have used, only Intamina's Ziggy cup did not have a comprehensive instruction booklet. Diva, Lunette, Ruby, Yuki, Lali, Hello, Acalia and Fun Cups are all ones that I've had and been associated with. And they all come with the books. I think the Hello Cup was quite comprehensive, but Diva, Lunette, Ruby and Yuki, Lali and Acalia all had quite comprehensive books involved with them. The Fun Cup was a full-on booklet as well. So you can see my unboxings of the Fun Cup to actually see that was an entire booklet. However, all of the other cups came with quite comprehensive instructions on how to insert and remove. But just on the Intamina's one, while it wasn't inside the packet, a booklet is actually available on their website, and I actually accessed their website and accessed their booklet before I ordered an Intamina online. So I'm not too sure if other people do that or not, but just be aware to do your due diligence beforehand. But again, this is potentially what Lowe's kind of point is that this is a little bit of an industry that's not got a lot of oversight, and therefore there is a bit of Yahoo information out there. Most of the channels that I have seen, and I have certainly stated the same, to actually kind of bear down to get the cup low enough to pull out. And she is obviously saying that this is actually incorrect information to be providing, and she is a medical professional. So that's actually, so I would support having more research done and more medical input into these booklets. However, I have personally not had an issue with the information that they provide. I have not had any issues with like removing them either, of getting as in getting them and breaking the seal and pulling them out. And at this point, of the two women who have reported that the menstrual cup caused their menstrual cup prolapse, one had not been told that by medical advice, and the other one, the medical advice that she had been provided had stated that it may have contributed. It was a factor in the entire situation, but she had also given birth to 2 kids and had seen the doctor about another issue. So in no way, in both cases, these women need to be taken seriously. But I'm interested to see the medical advice that goes along with that. At this point, I have found many articles regarding the situation from the BBC, The Independent, Daily Mail, Yahoo Lifestyle, The Sun, Cosmopolitan, etc., relating to practically identical information regarding the 2 women and whose cups could have potentially contributed to minor pelvic prolapses, and of course the comments from Kate Lowe of the CSP. So basically they used the same quotes, and they mentioned the same women. Like, the articles were so similar, they practically looked like they were written by the same person. So in all of those articles there wasn't any new information provided. And obviously Kate Lowe, who was the physiotherapist, called for better information to be provided and more research to be done, which obviously I have stated that I am absolutely in agreement with. At this stage, only the Moon Cup have released a statement in regards to this, and all of these articles will be linked in the description box below so that you can go and check them out. I will keep up with this developing news and update as required, but this is kind of like, I hope this is not like the recent story that we saw regarding the Think's underwear testing with chemicals in them. I have been checking up on the news, and there has been no news or no new statements in regards to that. I do hope at some point this year there is a follow-up regarding that issue, and just like with this situation, I do actually hope that there are further follow-ups in regards to this. and more statements, because if it's left at this, it's just another storm in a teacup that goes nowhere. And quite frankly, it's a bit irritating that the news reports all the negatives to do with menstrual cups, but doesn't actually then follow up on the story, or the negatives in relation to Think's underwear, and then doesn't follow up the story. So that can get quite irritating, but I will be keeping an eye out on it, and I will update you guys here if there is any further developments. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your morning, afternoon or evening, depending on where you are in the day, and I will see you all next video. Bye everyone.